Hi everyone. So I have built this StockTax Pro web app and it actually helps us to do proper tax loss harvesting. So the reason I built this app now because last year I've done some tax loss harvesting and I've done it pretty wrong because the amount of tax I've saved. Later on I realized that I have lost more amount in stocks. If I've not done this tax loss harvesting now, then I will making more money in stocks itself, right? So that's where I got this idea. So it's not something very big rocket science. Basically what I am trying to do through this web app is to give a proper visualization to users so that he can make decisions, because you can't tell anyone what to do in a particular situation. Let's just take an example of currently war situation, right? Some are just buying at dip, some are fear and selling, some are doing something, right? So it's a personal decision to do something, right? So that's why I built this app. It actually help you visualize everything properly so that you can make your own decisions. So let me proceed with some demo data. I just integrated this demo option because if you go with this, then you have to upload your brokers PNL statements and holding, and it is all secure because I am not using any backend or anything. Everything is stored in your local storage until you clear it, right? There is one feature for which I use AI, and there I just share that number of shares and the total money invested. Nothing personal data is shared with any AI, right? So it is all safe. So let's proceed with demo. So here you will first see the complete overview, which most you will see in your broker account also, but there is a glimpse I just provide to users so that what to do, how much position you can harvest and all, right? Let's go to portfolio. This is also a basic good view. You can see your top holdings and many other categories. The main thing comes up here. Here you will see your short term and long term taxes in every stock, how much tax you are about to pay, tax impact and the total PNL, right? So this is short term, this is long term. This gives you one visualization. You can apply as many filters as available, right? Stock view, trade view and everything. You can export also, and you can check for tax ITR summaries and all, right? The main feature of this whole app is tax harvesting, right? So there we have two options. First is optimal harvest. In auto select optimal harvest, I am doing some mathematical calculations because I am giving weightage to stocks which has most lost money, and there is a particular formula, right, which I have implemented here. So if you do this, it will do all the calculation in your stocks, and then it will suggest you which stocks you should harvest. But basically we can't do tax loss harvesting based on mathematical calculation, right? We have to take on into account many things like what kind of market is currently, how things are changing, right? Which stock is performing well in last quarters and all. So for this we have AI insights, right? So if I just click on this, because it's demo, so it will give us some bluffy insights. Okay, so here you'll see. Okay, so here it's saying Reliance, you have 24,000 of unrealized loss because the market position is this something, so you should harvest it now. For it's suggesting all the stock harvest it now with reasons and all, right? So it's something like it will go and use your current amount which you have invested and your current amount of loss or profit, and then go out and do all this research in the AI, right? In opportunity you'll see some opportunity things, and risk radar will give you some suggestions for your ITR file and all, right? So this is something which I really like, and this is the only reason I built this app, you can say. But during the time I'm building, I also realized I should provide a simulation, otherwise user won't be able to harvest it better. So here I just give a good picture to user. If you don't do anything, you will be paying this much of tax. If you harvest in some way which we did here, then you will save, and how much you have tax in your LTC, how much you have gain in LTCG, how much you have short term gain and all. So this all picture is here. If you have some carry forward losses, as the data is dummy, so it's showing us some carry forward losses. So this also you can use to set off your losses here. And here I provide a complete ITR summary. You can just download a PDF, Excel, or you can just share with your CA so that he can fill up your ITR, right? If you don't want to fill it by yourself. For new use people, because there are very few people who know exactly what tax loss harvesting is, so I've created a learning guide of 10 chapters. You can just read it and you will get a good idea for this, right? For a guide of how to use this web app, it's here, everything is simplified. So basically the web app is mostly about tax loss harvesting, where I am using this AI insight feature, and I'm gonna build more upon this only. The other all things are just hardly took me I can say 2-3 years, but this is where I took it took most of my time, and this is where I want to improve more, because if I just give better suggestion what to harvest, why to harvest, and how to harvest it, right, then only it will be helpful for someone, right? So that's all.